Sean Diddy Combs just found out that his plan to be reborn behind bars is officially going up in smoke. While the world thought the disgraced music mogul was quietly serving his sentence at Fort Dix in New Jersey, a series of explosive reports from late 2025 proved that life on the inside is anything but peaceful. In the last few weeks, we have seen a prison rule break turn into a sentence extension, a massive legal war erupt over supposedly stolen footage, and a new investigation that could keep Diddy locked away long after his current release date. Today, we are stripping away the PR narrative of the changed man and looking at the receipts that show exactly how the bad boy empire is being dismantled from both the inside and the outside. We have mapped out the timelines and pulled the filings to answer three major questions. First, how did a simple bottle of Fanta just cost Diddy another month of his freedom? Second, what exactly is on the private tapes that Diddy claims were stolen to make a Netflix hit piece? And finally, is his longtime rival 50 Cent executing a calculated financial takeover of Diddy's remaining assets? According to a report from TMZ and Mixmag on December 17, 2025, Diddy's scheduled release date has been pushed back. He was originally supposed to walk free on May 8, 2028, but prison officials have now moved that date to June 4, 2028. The reason for this extension is a shocking violation of prison rules involving what inmates call jailhouse hooch. Sources allege that Diddy was caught with homemade alcohol that he had been fermenting in his cell using a mix of sugar, apples, and orange Fanta soda. This might sound like a minor mistake, but for a man who told a judge during his trial that he was sober for the first time in 25 years, it is a massive blow to his credibility. Per Page 6, the discovery led to a temporary lockdown of his unit. While Diddy's spokesperson, Judah Engelmeyer, told the press that these are just exaggerated stories and that people should give him the benefit of the doubt, the official Bureau of Prisons records now reflect the disciplinary action. It is a classic case of expectation versus reality. The expectation was that Diddy would use his time to reflect and grow. The reality is that he is allegedly breaking federal rules for a bottle of fermented soda, proving that the habits of his old life are harder to break than he admitted in court. This brings us to the most shocking development of the month. On December 2, 2025, Netflix released a 4-part docuseries titled Sean Combs: The Reckoning. Within hours, Diddy's legal team fired off a cease and desist order that described the project as a shameful hit piece. The core of their argument is that the footage used in the documentary was stolen. According to The Guardian on December 1st, Diddy claims he has been amassing personal footage since he was 19 years old to tell his own story. This includes private moments, legal strategy meetings, and raw video from the days leading up to his September 2024 arrest. Diddy's team insists that this material was never authorized for release. One specific clip shown in the teaser features Diddy in a New York hotel room on September 10, 2024. In the video, he looks into the camera and admits that he is losing the battle, calling for someone who is dealt in the dirtiest of business to help him. The industry is currently buzzing about how this footage even got into the hands of a rival. Per Deadline on December 2nd, a spokesperson for Netflix and CEO Ted Sarandos completely rejected these claims. They stated that the footage of Combs leading up to his arrest was legally obtained and that the project is a legitimate examination of a convicted offender. But the drama goes deeper than just a copyright dispute. The executive producer of the series is none other than Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. For nearly 20 years, 50 Cent has been Diddy's loudest critic, and now he's the one controlling the narrative. During an interview on The Sherri Shepherd Show on December 10th, 50 Cent teased that there is even more footage that did not make the final cut. He claims that because the series was only 4 episodes, they had to leave out wild details. 50 50 Cent even joked that he might just drop the extra footage on YouTube for free. This is a masterclass in PR warfare. While Diddy is stuck in a cell at Fort Dix, 50 Cent is using Diddy's own private archives to dismantle what is left of his reputation. The legal reality for Diddy is becoming even grimmer. While he was acquitted of the most serious racketeering and sex trafficking charges in July 2025, he was still convicted on 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution. According to the sentencing report from October 3, 2025, he was ordered to serve over 4 years. But just when he thought the worst was over, a new investigation began. According to legal analysts tracking the case, Diddy's legal team is fighting a losing battle against public perception. The Netflix docuseries has brought fresh allegations to light, including claims from former Danity Kane members. Per Rolling Stone on December 2nd, Aubrey O'Day shared explicit emails that appear to show a long-standing pattern of coercion. This is the relink that everyone missed. If this investigation leads to new charges, Diddy's 2028 release date will be a fantasy. The legal system is no longer looking at Diddy as a mogul. They are looking at him as a serial offender whose past is finally catching up to him. We also have to look at the money trail. Diddy's net worth was once estimated at over $1 billion, but the cost of his defense and the massive civil settlements have drained his accounts. According to legal experts cited by NBC News, the $500,000 fine was just the beginning. Diddy is currently facing a wave of civil suits that could result in hundreds of millions of dollars in damages. Per reports from late December 2025, his assets are being scrutinized by investigators who are looking for any sign of hidden wealth. The expectation was that his wealth would protect him forever. The reality is that his wealth is being picked apart by lawyers and former business partners while he is barred from managing his own affairs. Even his most loyal associates are starting to turn. According to the Netflix documentary, former employees are now speaking out about the culture of fear and control at Bad Boy Records. They describe a world where loyalty was bought and silence was mandatory. Now that the money is drying up, the silence is breaking. The specific Fanta incident highlights a deeper problem with Diddy's adjustment to prison life. According to TMZ on November 7, 2025, prison officials initially planned to move Diddy into a different, more restrictive unit after finding the homemade brew. Although they eventually let him stay in his original unit, the damage was done. This incident reinforces the testimony from the prosecution during his trial, which painted him as a man who believes the rules do not apply to him. Furthermore, CBS News reported on November 10th that Diddy allegedly violated rules by making prohibited 3-way calls. While his lawyers claim these were privileged calls with legal counsel, the Bureau of Prisons is keeping a close watch. This constant friction with authority shows that Diddy is struggling to shed his identity as a man who can buy or charm his way out of situations. In a federal facility, there are no assistants to hide the evidence and no PR team to spin the narrative in real time. Behind the scenes, the battle for Diddy's legacy is being fought in the editing rooms of Netflix. 50 Cent has stated that the proceeds from The Reckoning will go to victims of sexual assault, a move that paints him as the moral victor in this decades-long feud. According to Billboard on December 10th, 50 Cent even spoke to Cassie Ventura to prepare for the production, ensuring the documentary had the emotional weight to sink Diddy's remaining public support. Diddy's lawyers, led by Mark Agnifilo, are still insisting that the footage of Diddy preparing for his arrest was taken from an unfinished private documentary that Diddy himself was funding. They argue that because he never paid the videographer had no right to sell it to 50 Cent. However, as noted by Esquire on December 10th, if Diddy failed to sign a contract or pay his staff, he essentially left his most private secrets unprotected. It is the ultimate irony. The man who built a career on contracts and control may have been brought down by a simple failure to pay a cameraman. As we look at the wreckage of Diddy's career in late 2025, the summary is clear. The man who once ruled the music industry is now fighting for his life against a bottle of Fanta and a Netflix password. The insider takeaway here is that Diddy's biggest mistake wasn't just the crimes he was convicted of, it was the fact that he recorded everything. By amassing a private archive of his own life, he gave his enemies the ultimate weapon. 50 Cent didn't need to plant evidence, he just needed to find the tapes Diddy already made. The reborn narrative Diddy tried to sell the judge has been completely undermined by his own behavior in prison. This isn't just a fall from grace, it is a total erasure of a legacy. The walls are closing in from all sides, and the June 2028 release date is looking more and more like a best-case scenario that is rapidly slipping away. This situation is evolving every day, and more footage is expected to leak as the legal battle over the documentary continues. For the full story on how the industry is finally holding its biggest legends accountable, you need to check out the rest of our coverage. If you want to understand the full scope of how the biggest names in Hollywood are currently falling apart, you need to watch the Fresh Celebrity playlist. It's the only way to see the full playbook of how the industry is finally cleaning house.